Well, we started off this morning with a little blue sky and sunshine, but over there on the horizon, I see darkness moving in. Oh, darkness on the edge of town. Anyway, I was out here the other day and I was trying to crank a Jeep, and the Jeep didn't have enough battery to spin the engine over, and I was making a comment about the battery tender not tending the battery in the proper fashion, and I had come in here, I had changed that battery tender that I had on there to this battery tender, which I have on here now, with the belief that that other battery tender may not have been working, but this one may be working. So what I'm going to do now is test my theory. Yes, I'm going to test my theory. I did not attach a battery charger. Well, I got limbs falling down up there. I did not attach a battery charger to the Jeep. All I did was left that battery tender on there. So we'll come back to this, back to where we once belonged. Oh, sorry. I'll come back to this and we will climb up into the Jeep here, and we will attempt to crank it now again after having let it sit on that battery tender overnight. Hold the joy, hold the joy. And this one does not have a mechanical choke, so let's see what happens. See, I was talking about how I pump the gas. I pump the gas to get a little transduction juice down into my gizmo woggle. Those high-tech terms there. Because I am of the belief that this will crank without me having to raise the hood, take off the air cleaner, and pour gas down in the carburetor. I believe that can happen. In fact, I'm a firm believer in it. Any moment now, it's going to pop, hit a lick, and go boom, boom. I believe it will. I believe it will. Get a little gas down in there now, baby. You can do it. Come on, baby. You can do it. Come on, baby. You can do it. I believe you can. I believe you can. I could try holding the throttle open. I could try pumping it while I'm cranking it. I could pour some gas down in the carburetor and shoot some ether in the carburetor. Maybe that's what I ought to do. Got plenty of battery now. Okay, let's do that. Go put a little gas in the carburetor. But I would like to crank it because I am sure the snow is going to come here sooner or later. And you never know. You never know up here if it will be sooner or later. But it could be one or the other. Or both. It could be both. I sort of think about cutting the grass today. You know, I wonder if it's better to cut grass short before it gets buried in snow, or if it's better to leave it long. I don't know. I don't know. But so I'll ease over here and pull the lid off of that carburetor and see what I can see down in there. You get a little squirtage, but not a whole lot. I'm gonna go get a little gas and put in that. That was a good start. Let's try a little more of that. Sounds a lot like it hadn't pumped the gas up from the gas tank yet. And it's burning off what I put in it. But it's not pumping the gas up to this. So I'm not going to put any ether in it this time. I'm just going to put in some gas. We'll see if it picks up the gas after it runs like this a few times. If not, we'll go looking for any problem with the pumping or the filter system in the gas line. Maybe it did need the ether to kick it over. You can do that too. That went straight from gas to no gas. So, why? I'll do one more time, then I'll pop the line off here. Let's see what we can see. As far as gas supply goes. One more time, and then we'll do further research on it. I'm just thinking I ought to build me a little shelf back here behind me where I could set these things on it. And a little cabinet I could open and pull out my ether and my gas when I need it. Oh, joy. Hey, I'm gonna run and get my I'm gonna get me a little thing I can put on here to test this with, so I can spin it over while I'm out here watching it, and I could go ahead and pop that line off and just see if there's any gas coming out of there. Oh, there is a house in New Orleans they call the rising sun. Oops, I'm singing, sorry. Let's see, now I think I put a new fuel pump on this at some point in the past. I might. There's a little gas there, but not much. Not what I would expect to see. I'm gonna go get my little test cranking device. I'll be right back. I made a video at some time in the past about how to crank a vehicle while you're under the hood and not in the driver's seat. A couple things I want to say about doing this. First of all, make sure the car is out of gear, in neutral, park, or out of gear if it's a straight shift. Second thing is, if you have the switch turned on, you can literally start the vehicle this way. If you have the switch turned off, you can turn the motor over without having to be in the cab. So in my case today, I want to turn the motor over to see if gas is pumping out of the fuel pump line. The way I've done that is I've taken a piece of wire. I actually have two pieces of wire here. One side of this wire connects to a pole on the solenoid switch. Now, different cars will have their solenoid switches in different places. This is a Jeep. It has a solenoid switch that's mounted on the fender. Now, this has two solenoid switches. This one works the snow plow on the front, so we'll ignore that one. But on this one, if you touch a hot wire to this pole right here, that will turn the motor over. What I've done is I've hooked a wire to the positive pole here and another wire to this, and when I touch those two wires together, this motor goes over. Here it is. This is the one that's attached to that pole on the solenoid switch. This is one that's attached to the hot side of the battery, and that's how I spin this over under the hood without having to get out of it. Now, having done what I just did, I saw a squirt of gasoline. If you notice, that fender is wet, which tells me gasoline is going into the carburetor. I can do that again. Not the safest thing in the world, but just to show you, I'm gonna make a quick little thing so you can see the gas squirt out. You see it squirt out? I did notice even when it just squirted out there that it looked pretty yellow. So it's probably some pretty old gas, probably some pretty dirty gas. But if I can get it to run, sometimes you can run that dirty gas out of it and put some fresh in there, or put some carburetor treatment in there or something like that. So what I'll do is I'll take these two wires here and I'll go across over to yonder, being very careful not to let this wire ground out because it's the hot one and I don't want to start a fire. So I'll set that here. I'll go over here and hey,
how's it going?
Good, how are you?
Good.
We fixed it. I tell you what's wrong with it, it's choke. Everybody on YouTube, meet Tim. Say hi, Tim.
Hi all.
What happened on the hot rod here is same thing. I set the choke on this one last summer and it ran great. But when I came back it wouldn't run because the change in temperature was so great that it wouldn't run on the setting that I had before. I think that's what was going on out there. Now that I've run it a while, it's warmed up and I held it with my finger. Kind of held it open, but what I'll probably got to do is there's a little thing right on the side of it that you loosen the screws and you can adjust that choke. What I'm gonna have to do with that. But at least it's running, so that's good. You heard this one run?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Start it again.
Huh?
Start it again.
You hold the camera. Yeah. I know he's talking, but I don't know what he's saying.
Oh, you going up? Yeah, watch him around cars.
Huh? I won't run over anybody.
You ready, dog? There's no door, dog. You gotta go inside this way. Yeah, so are my feet.
Dirt is not a problem to me.
Alrighty, dog. There we go. What do you think about that? right. Yeah. See that dog? It used to run the engine, now it runs the transmission.
Yeah. That's right. Well, it's kind of what I wanted to do. Let it run some of that gas through. You know, I put gas treatment the other day in it, but I didn't really let it run enough to get it all up in the system. So I think we just did. Yeah. So,
Thanks for the ride.
yeah, nice of you to drop by. Let us meet your dog. Tell me your dog's name again.
Murphy.
Murphy? I should know that. You know, you got mud on your face now.
Oh, I know.
You got hot rod mud on your face. Let's get a picture of that so you can show like people on YouTube. It's like, yeah, I got my hot rod mud.
Right. Broken in.
Got broke in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, well, let me get back to it.
Hey, see you later. That was probably just about what this thing needed, was just to run a while. Let's see here. Trying to think if I had a temperature gauge on this thing. That's the oil pressure gauge, that's that gauge, this gauge. I don't hear no radiator boiling. It's my snowplow handle, which comes loose sometimes. Yeah. Okay. I might grab a little bit more seafoam and dump it in the tank. So I think what was keeping it from cranking, well, I don't know. I started to, you know, I kind of think it had something to do with that choke not being quite right. It helped to be able to be out here while it was running, stick my finger in the carburetor. That always helps, put a little finger in the carburetor trick. Always helps. So, I think I can move back over to what we got here. Got this wire stuck in the hood. Yeah, I think I can move back over to going back to getting that trailer wired, and then I keep having nice weather like this. I get that I get that Crosley out. We'll work on the brakes for it. At least we're getting something done today, and we got a hot rod ride. He didn't mind being splashed in the mud at all. That's good. I like that. I don't mind splashing a little mud on things. Nope, sure don't. It's all for fun. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, Bob. So I'm almost done with the lights on here. I just gotta run the hot wire to these two lights back here, these three lights, and I may also wind up doing some grounding back here. But we'll set all this aside. I think y'all are about due for a new battery, so I'll run inside and do that, and I'll be back.